And it's interesting that a lot of people don't understand, and all of us don't understand in every moment, that that shame that he's feeling is affecting everybody around him. Going back to what the person that you talked about said, if it happened to someone, it happened to me. That I
Correct.
am present.
Douglas Forecrows.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And
so if we change, and I think it comes to in a moment that we're aligned with our trauma, we're aligned with our enlightenment. We're aligned. It's not always being enlightened. It's like balancing between it, and maybe understanding both of that is enlightenment.
yes. Well, I think if we're moving towards enlightenment and humanity, is realizing that we're all plagued with that symptom. It's a luxury to do your own individual work. But if everyone comes to that greater understanding that we're all prisoners, we're all enslaved, that it hasn't really ever changed, for thousands of years, whether it's by the bonds of churches, that have kept people in line, or the bonds of government, or the bonds of slavery, or any of the other, atrocious systems. There's always been, uh, I hate to use this phrase, the haves and the have-nots, and the haves control the game. We're still in that today.
It One of the things that I think that's beautiful about that is that you're talking about common ground.
Yes, we all got common ground here.
So we're all aligned within that trauma, and we're all in line with that trauma being the opportunity for a better life and more progress. And going back to, all of us are being served a shit sandwich in some way.
Yes, yeah,
And what is bullshit? What is BS? It's bullshit.
yeah,
What is bullshit? It's manure.
yeah,
And every time we go through these traumas, seeds of a better world are planted in that trauma.
yes.
And that's why the healing's so important.
I think if humanity understands that concept, if it happened to me, and we're willing to uh, accept there's different concepts beyond what we've been indoctrinated with culturally. That once we lift that veil of indoctrination and looks outside that box, then I think humanity will start demonstrating more compassion
For sure.
and
And
understanding. And once we get that we all have intergenerational trauma, then it can subside, because people don't even know that they have the trauma, that their reactions are exacerbating the current issue or stagnating the current issue. But with just the general acceptance is that we're all suffering. The natives say, you know, as this pitiful two-legged, I pray, you know. And once we all come to that awareness that, we're just simple two-leggeds, don't think we're anything different than the bear or the giraffe. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
we're just two-leggeds. The fact that we can communicate and we can carry conscious, but until we come to the greater understanding, and that may be the great awakening. That people understand we've all suffered. It's time to let go, forgive, and discard and move on. We don't have any time. We've got no, uh, uh, prejudice amongst ourselves. Thus, we've stayed friends now since we met, years ago, and it's education, it's awareness.